Deep within the jungles of Central America, a civilization once flourished. The Maya, renowned for their intricate art, sophisticated mathematics, and enigmatic hieroglyphs, left behind a legacy shrouded in mystery. Their towering pyramids and abandoned cities whisper tales of a complex society, yet many of their secrets remain hidden beneath the weight of time. The Maya were masters of astronomy, mapping the heavens with astonishing accuracy. They developed a sophisticated writing system, preserving their history, beliefs, and knowledge. But alongside these achievements, a darker aspect of their culture has captivated our imagination for centuries: the practice of human sacrifice. For decades, archaeologists have unearthed evidence of these rituals, from sacrificial altars stained with blood to the skeletal remains of individuals who met a violent end. The reasons behind these sacrifices have been the subject of much debate and speculation. Some theories suggest they were performed to appease the gods, ensure bountiful harvests, or secure victory in battle. Others propose they played a role in maintaining social order or were tied to royal succession. The true motivations behind these practices remain elusive, lost to the mists of time. The discovery of ancient DNA at Maya sacrificial sites has provided an unprecedented glimpse into a world shrouded in mystery. By analyzing the genetic material preserved within the bones of sacrificial victims, scientists have begun to unravel the secrets of their origins, their relationships to one another, and their place within Maya society. These findings have challenged long-held assumptions about the nature of Maya sacrifices and have raised profound ethical questions about the study of ancient remains. The analysis of ancient DNA from sacrificial victims has revealed that many of the victims were not local to the areas where they were sacrificed. Instead, their genetic signatures indicate that they originated from distant regions, suggesting that they were brought to these sites specifically for the purpose of sacrifice. This discovery has led to new theories about the role of warfare, trade, and diplomacy in the Maya world, as well as the complex networks of power and influence that existed between different Maya city-states. The DNA evidence also suggests that child sacrifices were not random acts of violence, but were carefully orchestrated rituals embedded within a complex belief system. By analyzing the genetic relationships between sacrificial victims, scientists have discovered that many of the children were related to one another, suggesting that they may have been sacrificed together as part of a single ceremony. However, the study of ancient DNA, particularly from sacrificial contexts, raises profound ethical questions about the respect for the dead, the rights of indigenous communities, and the responsibility of researchers to engage with descendant communities in a sensitive and respectful manner. The Maya people are not relics of the past. They are a living culture with a deep connection to their ancestors and their history. The Maya civilization, a beacon of innovation and cultural brilliance, etched its presence across Mesoamerica for over 2 millennia. From the steamy lowlands of the Yucatan Peninsula to the volcanic highlands of Guatemala and Honduras, the Maya carved their cities, temples, and intricate societies into the very fabric of the landscape. Their story is not a single narrative, but a tapestry woven from the threads of numerous independent city-states, each with its own ruling dynasty, artistic flourishes, and political ambitions. Yet, they were united by a shared cultural heritage, a profound reverence for the cosmos, and a complex relationship with the divine. Their achievements in mathematics and astronomy were centuries ahead of their time. They developed a sophisticated system of mathematics based on the concept of zero, which allowed them to make intricate astronomical calculations and create a remarkably accurate calendar system. Their pyramids, often aligned with celestial events, stand testament to their advanced understanding of astronomy. The Maya meticulously tracked the movements of the sun, moon, and stars, believing these celestial bodies held sway over human destiny. The Classic period, from roughly 250 to 900 AD, witnessed the pinnacle of Maya civilization. During this era, monumental cities like Tikal, Palenque, and Copan flourished, adorned with magnificent temples, palaces, and ball courts. The Maya elite, adorned in vibrant textiles and jade ornaments, presided over elaborate rituals, documented their history in hieroglyphs, and engaged in complex trade networks spanning the entire Maya realm. Yet towards the end of the 9th century AD, this vibrant civilization began to unravel. Many cities in the southern lowlands were abandoned, consumed by the encroaching jungle. The reasons for this decline remain a subject of debate, with theories ranging from prolonged drought and environmental degradation to overpopulation, warfare, and internal strife. Nevertheless, the Maya spirit endured, their culture continuing to thrive in the highlands and northern lowlands, even as their once great cities lay silent. Human sacrifice, a practice that evokes both fascination and revulsion in the modern world, held a central place in Maya religious ideology and societal structure. It was not an act undertaken lightly, but rather a meticulously orchestrated ritual imbued with profound religious significance. The Maya believed that their world existed in a delicate balance, maintained by a complex interplay between the gods and humanity. Blood, considered a potent life force, was seen as the ultimate offering to appease the deities, nourish them, and ensure the continued harmony of the cosmos. Sacrifices were not confined to a single social class or circumstance. While historical records, often etched in stone or painted on pottery, depict rulers and elites offering their own blood, usually drawn from the tongue or genitals, as a demonstration of piety and connection to the divine, archaeological evidence suggests a broader spectrum of victims. Captives of war, often high-ranking warriors from rival cities, were prime candidates for sacrifice, their deaths serving not only as religious offerings, but also as potent displays of power and dominance. The practice of child sacrifice, while less common, held a particularly poignant place within the Maya worldview. Children, considered innocent and pure, were believed to possess a special connection to the gods. Their sacrifices, often performed at pivotal moments, such as the ascension of a new ruler, the construction of a temple, or during times of drought or famine, were seen as the ultimate act of appeasement, a desperate plea for divine intervention. These rituals were often performed with great ceremony and spectacle. Victims, adorned in elaborate costumes and headdresses, were led to the sacrificial platform, often located atop a pyramid, where they were dispatched by priests using obsidian knives or by heart extraction. Their blood would then be offered to the gods, smeared on idols, or sprinkled onto the ground. The act of sacrifice, while brutal, was not seen as an act of cruelty, but as a sacred duty, a necessary component of maintaining cosmic balance and ensuring the continued prosperity of the Maya world. Section 3, the Cenotes windows to the underworld. Nestled in the heart of the Yucatan Peninsula, the Maya civilization thrived upon a landscape marked by its porous limestone bedrock, peppered with a unique feature, cenotes. These natural sinkholes filled with crystal-clear freshwater were more than mere water sources. They were considered sacred, revered as gateways to Xibalba, the shadowy Maya underworld governed by the death god and his sinister consort. The Maya viewed Xibalba not as a place of damnation, but as an essential part of the cosmos, a realm of both malevolent deities and benevolent ancestors. Reflecting the cyclical nature of existence, Xibalba was associated with life-giving rain and catastrophic droughts alike. As conduits to this enigmatic realm, cenotes were central to Maya religious practices. Offerings ranging from pottery and jade to food, incense, and human sacrifices were cast into their depths, aiming to appease the gods, consult ancestors, or secure a prosperous harvest. Today, these cenotes serve as windows into the past, revealing insights into Maya burial practices and the pivotal role of sacrifice within their society. The discovery of human remains among the submerged offerings in these caverns continues to captivate our imagination, offering a poignant glimpse into the Maya's intricate relationship with death and the afterlife. Section 1. Unearthing the Past, the Archaeological Context. The recent findings of ancient DNA linked to Maya child sacrifices are the fruit of decades of diligent archaeological work across sites like Chichen Itza, Palenque, and the submerged caves of the Yucatan Peninsula. Each site has slowly peeled back the layers on the complex and often harrowing practices tied to Maya rituals. For example, at Chichen Itza's Great Ball Court, archaeologists uncovered multiple skeletal remains, the bones etched with clear signs of ritual sacrifice. These findings are vital, providing context to understand the tangible evidence of these sacrifices. Meanwhile, Palenque offered a different piece of the puzzle with its stunning stucco reliefs and the mysterious tomb of King Pakal. Inscriptions and hieroglyphic texts there give chilling details of sacrificial rituals, shedding light on the victims' social statuses, the methods of sacrifice, and the gods involved. But perhaps the most transformative insights have come from the cenotes, these natural sinkholes that have revealed not just skeletal remains, but a treasure trove of offerings, pottery, jade, textiles, and even well-preserved wooden artifacts. These findings emphasize the cenotes' deep religious significance as portals to the underworld, believed to facilitate communication with deities and ancestors. The recovery of these remains from temples, ball courts, and cenotes has provided crucial material for genetic analysis, despite the challenges in extracting viable DNA from bones long exposed to harsh elements.
Section 2. The double-edged sword DNA sequencing and ethical implications. The advent of DNA sequencing technology has dramatically reshaped our understanding of the past, enabling us to extract genetic information from ancient remains and piece together narratives about human populations, migrations, and diseases. In the context of the Maya child sacrifices, DNA analysis offers a window into the victims' origins, their relationships, and their roles within Maya society. However, this technology also brings complex ethical issues to the forefront, especially concerning the remains of indigenous populations. Initially, obtaining well-preserved DNA from these ancient remains was a challenge due to the tropical climate of Mesoamerica, which accelerates DNA degradation. Advances in techniques like polymerase chain reaction, or PCR, have improved our ability to amplify even tiny fragments of genetic material, enhancing our chances of reconstructing viable DNA profiles. Once extracted, this DNA is compared against genetic databases of modern populations, particularly those with Maya ancestry, to identify similarities and differences. These analyses have revealed that many child victims were not local, but had come from distant regions within the Maya world, suggesting they were brought over long distances, possibly as captives or tributes, to be sacrificed at major ceremonial centers. Yet the use of ancient DNA technology raises significant ethical concerns among indigenous communities who often view the disturbance of ancestral remains as disrespectful. This ongoing debate highlights the need for archaeologists and geneticists to engage with indigenous groups meaningfully, seeking their input and collaboration in studying their ancestors' remains, ensuring that scientific inquiry does not override cultural and spiritual values. Section 3. Whispers from the Cenotes isotope analysis and ancient diets. While DNA analysis provided groundbreaking insights into the origins and relationships of the Maya child sacrifice victims, another scientific technique, isotope analysis, shed light on their lives before death. Isotopes are variants of chemical elements like carbon and nitrogen that exist in different ratios depending on the food sources consumed. By analyzing the isotopic signatures preserved in the bones and teeth of the victims, scientists could reconstruct their diets and gain insights into their geographical origins and social status. Analysis of carbon isotopes, for instance, revealed that many of the child sacrifice victims had experienced a significant shift in their diets during their early childhood. The isotopic signatures indicated a transition from a diet based primarily on breast milk to one that included more maize, a staple crop in Mesoamerica. This shift, known as weaning, typically occurred between the ages of 2 and 3. The fact that many of the victims exhibited this dietary change suggested that they had spent at least the first few years of their lives in relatively stable environments, likely within their own communities. Nitrogen isotopes provided further clues about the victims' diets and social status. Higher nitrogen isotope ratios are associated with the consumption of meat and marine resources, while lower ratios indicate a more plant-based diet. Analysis of the child sacrifice victims revealed a range of nitrogen isotope values, suggesting that some children had access to more protein-rich foods than others. This variability hinted at differences in social status, with some children potentially coming from elite families who could afford a more varied diet. Isotope analysis, combined with DNA evidence, painted a more nuanced picture of the lives of these children. They were not a homogeneous group, but individuals with unique life histories, dietary habits, and social backgrounds. This realization humanized the victims, reminding us that they were once living, breathing children who experienced the joys and sorrows of childhood before becoming entangled in the complex web of Maya ritual practices.
Section 4. Shifting Sands, Reinterpreting Maya Rituals. The discovery of ancient DNA and the application of isotope analysis have significantly altered our understanding of Maya child sacrifices, challenging long-held assumptions and prompting a reassessment of their role within Maya society. The traditional view of these sacrifices as primarily religious offerings intended to appease the gods and ensure cosmic balance has given way to a more nuanced interpretation that recognizes the interplay of religious beliefs, political strategies, and social dynamics. The finding that many victims originated from distant regions suggests that child sacrifice was not merely a local practice, but was integrated into a broader network of political alliances and rivalries. The transportation of children over long distances to be sacrificed at major ceremonial centers, such as Tikal or Chichen Itza, could have served as a form of tribute, a demonstration of loyalty or submission from vassal states to their more powerful overlords. Furthermore, the variability in isotope ratios, indicating differences in diet and potentially social status among the victims, raises the possibility that child sacrifice was not limited to a specific social class. While some children may have come from elite families who offered their offspring as the ultimate sacrifice to the gods, others may have been orphans, slaves, or captives of war, their lives deemed less valuable in the eyes of Maya society. These new insights have prompted scholars to reconsider the social and psychological impact of child sacrifice on Maya society. The practice likely instilled fear and obedience among the populace, reinforcing the power of the ruling elite and the importance of adhering to religious doctrines. However, it may have also generated resentment, resistance, and social unrest, particularly among those who bore the brunt of these sacrifices.
Section 2. Echoes in the Bones, DNA as a Time Machine. The ability to extract and analyze ancient DNA from the skeletal remains of sacrificial victims represents a quantum leap in our ability to reconstruct the past. It's no longer enough to rely solely on the interpretations of written records or the often fragmented material culture left behind. DNA analysis provides a direct line to the individuals who lived, breathed, and ultimately met their fate within the complex tapestry of Maya society. Imagine holding a child's bone in your hand, a bone that, millennia ago, was part of a living, breathing human being. Through DNA analysis, we can potentially determine where that child originated, their familial relationships to other individuals at the site, and perhaps even glean insights into their susceptibility to diseases. These aren't just data points on a graph, they are whispers from the past, offering glimpses into the lives and experiences of those long silenced by time. The implications of this technology extend far beyond the study of Maya sacrifice. It has the potential to rewrite our understanding of human history, migration patterns, and the evolution of diseases. For indigenous communities whose histories have often been marginalized or erased, DNA analysis offers a powerful tool for reclaiming their narratives and connecting with their ancestors on a deeply personal level. However, this newfound power comes with a profound ethical responsibility. The extraction and analysis of ancient DNA must be conducted with the utmost sensitivity and respect for the beliefs and wishes of descendant communities. It's crucial to remember that we are not simply dealing with biological specimens, but with the ancestors of living people who have a right to have a say in how their history is studied and represented.
The study of ancient DNA and the reassessment of Maya practices, particularly those as sensitive as child sacrifice, can be a source of both pain and empowerment for contemporary Maya communities. It's crucial to approach these topics with sensitivity, recognizing the potential to perpetuate harmful stereotypes or reopen historical traumas. Section 3. The Maya Today Legacy and Reconciliation. The study of Maya child sacrifice, while scientifically fascinating, should not be divorced from the present-day realities of Maya communities. The Maya people are not relics of the past. They are a vibrant and diverse population, numbering in the millions, who continue to carry the legacy of their ancestors. Their history, including the darker chapters, is deeply intertwined with their cultural identity. The study of the past, even when it unveils uncomfortable truths, has the power to illuminate the present. By confronting the complexities of Maya history, including the practice of child sacrifice, we can gain a deeper understanding of the human condition, the enduring power of belief systems, and the importance of cultural sensitivity in a world grappling with its past and present. However, these discoveries also offer an opportunity for dialogue, reconciliation, and a more nuanced understanding of the past. By engaging with Maya communities, archaeologists and geneticists can ensure that their research is conducted ethically and that the results are shared in a way that respects Maya beliefs and values.
Section 1. Disturbing the Slumber of Ancestors. The investigation of ancient remains, particularly those intertwined with ritual sacrifice, inevitably compels us to confront a complex web of ethical considerations. The Maya, though a civilization with roots stretching back centuries, are not merely figures confined to history books. They are the ancestors of living communities, their stories woven into the fabric of contemporary indigenous identities.
To excavate their past, especially the more unsettling aspects, demands a deep sense of responsibility and respect. For many indigenous communities around the world, the disturbance of ancestral burial grounds is not merely a matter of scientific curiosity, it's an intrusion into a sacred realm.
The dead are not seen as objects for study but as revered figures, their spirits intrinsically linked to the well-being of their living descendants. To disturb their resting places, even in the name of knowledge, can be perceived as a profound violation, disrupting the spiritual balance and potentially causing harm to the living.
This ethical dilemma is further heightened when dealing with the remains of children, particularly those who met violent ends. The inherent vulnerability of children, even in death, evokes a visceral response, making the study of their remains a particularly sensitive issue.
Add to this the historical context of colonialism, where indigenous artifacts and remains were often looted and displayed in museums without consent, and it's easy to understand the mistrust that many indigenous communities harbor towards archaeological research.
The question then becomes, can we reconcile the pursuit of knowledge with the respect owed to the descendants of those we study? Can we delve into the past without causing further harm in the present?
For too long, the narrative surrounding the study of ancient cultures, particularly those of indigenous peoples, has been dominated by outside voices. Archaeologists, historians, and scientists, often with little to no input from descendant communities, have shaped the interpretation of the past, sometimes perpetuating harmful stereotypes or overlooking the perspectives of those whose history they claim to unravel. The study of Maya child sacrifice, with its potential to cast a dark shadow over a civilization celebrated for its artistic and intellectual achievements, underscores the importance of incorporating indigenous voices into the research process. Maya communities today are not monolithic in their beliefs or perspectives, but they offer invaluable insights into their own cultural heritage, insights that can enrich and challenge the interpretations of archaeologists and geneticists. This shift towards collaborative archaeology, where researchers work hand in hand with descendant communities, requires a fundamental change in attitude. It's not enough to simply consult with indigenous groups as a formality or to obtain permits for excavation. Meaningful collaboration involves actively listening to their concerns, respecting their beliefs, and incorporating their perspectives into the research design, interpretation of findings, and even the dissemination of knowledge. This approach not only ensures that research is conducted ethically, but also has the potential to generate new knowledge. Indigenous communities possess oral histories, traditional knowledge, and a deep spiritual connection to their ancestral lands that can provide invaluable context for understanding the archaeological record. By acknowledging and valuing these different ways of knowing, we open ourselves to a richer and more nuanced understanding of the past. The ethical dilemmas inherent in studying ancient remains, particularly those entangled with sensitive practices like child sacrifice, are unlikely to be resolved through simple answers or blanket pronouncements. The path forward lies in fostering a continuous dialogue between researchers, descendant communities, and the wider public. A dialogue grounded in mutual respect, open communication, and a recognition of the complexities at play. One crucial step is to move away from sensationalized narratives that focus solely on the gruesome aspects of child sacrifice. While it's important to acknowledge this practice and explore its role within Maya society, we must avoid reducing the Maya people to this single aspect of their culture. Their history, like that of any civilization, is a tapestry woven from threads of innovation, artistry, spirituality, conflict, and resilience. Transparency is paramount. Researchers must be upfront about their research goals, methodologies, and the potential implications of their findings, both positive and negative. This includes engaging in open and honest discussions with indigenous communities about the ethical considerations of DNA analysis, ensuring that they understand the potential benefits and risks before granting consent for their ancestors' remains to be studied. Finally, we must recognize that the study of the past is not merely an academic exercise. It has real-world implications for present-day communities. How we choose to represent history, whose voices we prioritize, and the narratives we construct can have a profound impact on issues of cultural identity, social justice, and reconciliation. By approaching the study of the past with sensitivity and a commitment to ethical engagement, we can contribute to a more just and equitable future, one where the stories of all people, both past and present, are heard and respected.
Our journey into the heart of Maya civilization, guided by the flickering torch of scientific inquiry, has illuminated not only the grandeur of their achievements, but also the chilling realities of their sacrificial practices. The Maya, once shrouded in an enigma woven from jungle vines and whispered legends, have begun to emerge from the shadows, their humanity, both luminous and flawed, brought into sharper focus. We've peered into the depths of Cenotes, those watery portals to the underworld, and glimpsed the remnants of rituals that once pulsed with life and death. We've decoded the language etched into stone and bone, piecing together a narrative fragmented yet compelling. The discovery of ancient DNA linked to child sacrifices, far from providing easy answers, has shattered long-held assumptions and forced us to confront the complexities of a civilization grappling with forces both within and beyond its control. We've learned that these sacrifices, often portrayed as barbaric rituals, were intricately woven into the fabric of Maya society, influenced by political machinations, social hierarchies, and a profound belief in the delicate balance between the earthly realm and the cosmic order. The faces of the victims, once lost to time, have begun to emerge from the mists of the past. Isotope analysis, tracing the echoes of ancient diets, has allowed us to reconstruct their lives, revealing glimpses of their origins, their social standing, and the environments they inhabited. These weren't merely nameless offerings to appease capricious gods. They were children, each with a story to tell. Their lives tragically intertwined with the rituals of their time. Yet for all that we've uncovered, the Maya continue to beckon us deeper into their enigmatic embrace. The jungle, ever patient, still holds secrets yet to be revealed, whispers of a past that continues to shape our understanding of humanity's capacity for both brilliance and brutality. The study of Maya child sacrifice, far from being a morbid fascination with the macabre, compels us to confront uncomfortable truths about our shared human history. It serves as a stark reminder that even the most advanced civilizations are not immune to the allure of ritual and the seductive power of belief systems, even those that demand the ultimate sacrifice. It challenges us to examine our own preconceived notions about the past, and to approach the study of other cultures with humility, recognizing that our understanding is always a work in progress. The Maya, though their cities now lie silent, offer us a profound opportunity for reflection. By grappling with the complexities of their civilization, by confronting the darkness alongside the light, we gain a deeper understanding not only of their world, but of our own. The study of the past, far from being a dusty relic, has the power to illuminate the present, prompting us to ask difficult questions about the choices we make, the beliefs we hold dear, and the legacy we wish to leave behind. As we move forward, let us carry with us the lessons learned from the Maya and other civilizations that have graced this planet. Let us strive to build a future where knowledge is pursued with respect, where different perspectives are valued, and where the stories of all people, past and present, are honored and remembered. The Maya, in their enduring enigma, remind us that the journey of understanding is never truly over, that there will always be new discoveries to be made, new perspectives to be considered, and new stories to be told.